Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Little different scene here today. We are going to be doing a guest room makeover, and I cannot wait to bring you along and show you what I come up with. Y'all, I have to give a huge shout out to AF Cultures. They are a small business made here in the United States. They make beautiful metal signs for your home decor needs. They have sent me over a beautiful sign. I opened it up and took a peek, but we're gonna take a closer look here together, and I'm going to incorporate it into this room makeover today. If you want to check out all of the other signs they have available, they have signs that are pre-made, but also do wonderful custom work as well. I will link everything down in the description box below for you so you can check it out for yourself. I'm gonna make a huge mess. This art sure was wrapped up well. I got it detached from the foam and put up on the wall, and isn't she beautiful? I am so in awe with how pretty this metal wall art is. We will take a closer look here in a little bit, but I am in love so far. Well, now isn't this embarrassing? So this is the guest room before I started this project. A bunch of home decor stored in the left corner, all of the linens there in the right corner. I know I want to keep this stuff. These are some of my favorite brass pieces, some of my favorite glass pieces. They don't belong in here. They're going to be going in the kitchen and living room once I get the living room put back together. I got those out of the way and started filling the holes in the wall with some spackling and going through my linens. I had some old yucky pillowcases I got rid of, and I actually did a live over on Facebook where I painted some new ones. So if you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. Now that the room is cleared out and cleaned out, it's time for some paint. I've got some business coaching going there on my iPad, and I am getting to work. This color is called Antique Silver. It's in a satin finish, and I picked it up at my local Ace Hardware. It is a darker gray, but I really do love the way it looks with the dark wood tones in my house. And I'm painting over my Sharpie shiplap wall. This room used to be my office, and this was the backdrop for my videos. I thought it was a little bit busy for what I had going on in the bedroom, so I went ahead and painted over it today. And you can see the Sharpie lines painted over just fine, and I ended up doing 2 coats of paint here. The rest of the walls were already antique silver, so I wiped them down and did a little touch-up paint before we moved in the furniture. So I have learned that if I hang my curtains closer to the ceiling, it makes my ceilings appear taller. We don't have super high ceilings in this house, so I will take any little eye trick that I can get. I love these white curtains. I have them in my living room, office, and now the guest room. I will try to link them. They're from Amazon, but I did get them several years ago, so I'll see if I can find them and I will link them from my Amazon shop for y'all. I get asked about these sheets all the time, and they just came from Walmart. They are great quality and the print is beautiful. I got them about a year ago, so I'm not sure if they still have them in stock, but you can definitely check it out. It's just a very dainty, pretty little floral print. This huge fluffy blanket was sent to me to review. I can drop the link for that video down below as well. Next project in this room is going to be this antique piece of furniture. I bought this a couple of years ago from a friend, and it is time to do it some justice. Not going to paint it, just going to refresh the wood. It is dirty, it is dusty, and it just needs a little TLC. I start by vacuuming all of the extra dust and dirt out of the piece, and then I'm going to mix up a tub. I just have some regular old Dawn dish soap and water to really scrub the grime off this piece. It had a bit of a film on it. The Dawn is a good grease cutter. I didn't let the water sit on the piece. I washed it and then dried it off right away. So now it is clean, but you can tell, especially there on the left side, inside the cabinet, the wood is very, very dry. I've got a solution. I'm going to grab my Sweet Pickins Beeswax. This is a furniture conditioner made by Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, and a clean, dry cloth. I'm going to start rubbing this beeswax into the dry wood, and you can see that it instantly moisturizes the wood, gives it a beautiful shine, and brings it right back to life. So I use this beeswax over the entire piece. A little goes a long way. You wipe off the excess, and then after it dries for 48 hours or so, I go back with another clean dry cloth and just rub in circles and kind of buff the piece to a nice shine. I did a couple of little repairs on the inside, nothing serious. I just attached a couple of screws that were loose. There is a couple of trim pieces left inside of the piece. I could replace the glass, but I'm not sure that I'm going to just quite yet. I kind of love it the way it is. The inside is all refreshed and cleaned up, and this piece even has the original keys left. Next, I want to paint a shelf to match this apothecary cabinet I added next to the bed. I found this shelf by the side of the road, and I'm going to paint it in Sweet Pickins Milk Paint in the color Bluebird. It has seen better days, and it's not even like a super nice piece, but it's going to be perfect for the space. It's nice and slim and will hold the little TV for this room perfectly. I vacuumed and washed this piece the same way, and now I've grabbed my Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. It's a powdered paint that you mix with water. 1 part water to 1 part paint. I like to use warm water and I pour it in first. I feel that it mixes up better this way than trying to pour the water on top of the paint and making a mess. I use a mixer when I'm painting furniture to really mix the paint up well and avoid any lumps. Scrape down the sides, mix it up again, a little more blending, and then you should have a nice milkshake-like consistency. Let it sit for a few minutes and it'll thicken up and you're ready to go. I should have grabbed a wider brush here, but once I got the paint on the brush, I didn't want to dirty another one. I've got my Klingon F30, and F50 would have been slightly more appropriate for this job. But I love the Klingon brushes with the milk paint because they are super easy to clean. Set them in a cup of water overnight. The next morning, the milk paint virtually falls out of the bristles. Here's what we're looking like after 1 coat. Pretty streaky, so we will do 2 coats total. This is a really pretty light blue color. It looks a little white at first, but as you get that second coat on, the color really starts to pop. After coat number 2, I grabbed my Wagner heat gun, and I'm actually going to work on drying the paint up a little bit and focusing a little too long on a few spots, which is going to provide this beautiful chipping and crackling of the milk paint. Once it's all dry, I've brought it down to the garage and I've got a piece of 220 grit sandpaper on my Craftsman orbital sander. There in those spots where I made the paint crackle, now it's sanding off and giving a beautiful, authentic, chippy look. This piece was really dry wood, so I knew the milk paint would soak in and really stick. That's why I forced a little bit of chipping. You don't have to do that on every piece necessarily. The milk paint is a little different to work with, but once you use it on a few different surfaces, you really get the idea of how it's going to react. I chose to seal the piece with DIY clear wax because it dries a little faster than the Sweet Pickins wax does, and I wanted to get the TV put on and get this makeover done. Sweet Pickins and DIY play really well together, which I love. I carry both the products on my website, upcycledbybri.com, and I'll be sure to link everything down below for you as well. One coat of wax on the entire piece, I wipe back the excess, and now it's time to put the shelves back into place. This quick little makeover only took a few hours start to finish, and it made such an improvement on this little wooden shelf. What do y'all think? Drop me a comment below. Do you like this chippy milk paint look? I sure do. Now that all the furniture is in place, it's time to add in the wall decor and all of the small pieces. Thank you again to AF Cultures for this beautiful metal sign. It is a unique piece of home decor that really adds a special touch in the guest bedroom. I will drop a link to the website below, and I highly suggest you check them out. We have got a holiday season right around the corner, and these would make beautiful personalized gifts. Over on the wall with the TV, I have got these arches that I ordered a couple of years ago from a small business owner. I use a tape measure and kind of eyeball center. I'm not a professional art hanger, but I've got a pretty good eye for getting things centered up. Some of my favorite metal accent pieces go here in the middle, and I did use some drywall anchors and good screws to make sure these were up securely. I'm adding in this blanket ladder. I had chopped this old ladder in half and milk painted it for a video a while back, and I just love storing old blankets on it. I have pulled a few pieces of small home decor that I might potentially use in this room, and then I just start playing around with all of my favorite pieces, and this is the fun part. I rearrange and rearrange until I have it just like I want it. These brass pieces are actually all available up on my website, but I figured what a perfect opportunity to display them until they sell. I will drop links for my brass collection down in the description box below. I stuffed a little bit of paper in that taller one and used some of my floral that I keep in my stash. The pretty pink flowers are a nice little pop in contrast to the sheets. I worked on this room on and off for about a week or so to get everything put together, and the before and after is crazy different. What do y'all think about this room makeover? Drop me a comment below. I am thinking it is feeling very farmhouse, boho, industrial. Is that a good description? Drop me a comment below. Let me know how you would describe this bedroom. A little different than I originally had planned, but I love the way it came out. Nice little bit of touch of feminine, a nice little touch of masculine, little hippie, little farmhouse, my jam. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks again for supporting me when I have sponsored videos, and if you're looking for great gift ideas, be sure to check out AF Cultures. I will drop all of the information I discussed in this video down below. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to all so you don't miss any new videos. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends.
What are you doing under there? What are you doing? You cozy? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness, I see a happy tail. I love the brows. I do. I love them.